OSHA 29 CFR 1910 Subpart L Fire Protection by Caleb Schunkweiler, Alan Curtis, and Samuel Crabtree. The objectives of this video. In this video, we will be talking about the fire brigades, fire extinguishers, standpipe and hose systems, automatic sprinkler systems, fire detection systems, and employee alarm systems. Fire Brigade 1910.156. Fire brigades are usually privately owned and employee-trained firefighters. They are physically capable, yet some health concerns include heart disease, epilepsy, or emphysema. They also have an annual training requirement and require PPE, which includes respirators. Portable fire extinguishers 1910.157. These are meant to be employee-provided, mounted, located, and easily identified. 75 feet or less distance from a Class A hazard. 50 feet or less distance from a Class B hazard. Travel distance for Class C hazards based on patterns of AB hazards. And also 75 feet or less distance traveled from Class D hazard. There is meant to be a monthly inspection, hydrostatic testing every 6 years, and initial employee training annually. This is a chart of when and where certain fire extinguishers are needed. So how do we use a fire extinguisher? Well, it's quite simple. You pull the pin retainer, aim the nozzle at the base of the fire, squeeze the lever, and sweep from side to side. Standpipe and hose system 1910.158. Standpipes must be protected against mechanical damage. Reels and cabinets must be designed for easy use and easily identifiable. Any hose in use after January 1st, 1981 to today must be lined hoses, and old hoses before that must be replaced with line hoses. No less than 30 psi at the nozzle, 200 gallons per minute for 30 minutes. Shutoff type nozzles must be used. Class 2 and 3 systems test for 2 hours at 200 plus psi. Water supply tanks should be kept full and pressurized. Valves are meant to remain open except during repairs. There must be annual inspections as well. Use fire extinguishers and fire watch during repairs and servicing. Designated personnel are to conduct inspections. Automatic sprinkler systems 1910.159. NFPA standards apply to systems installed before 1980. Systems not required are OSHA exempt. Complete coverage of work area is required. Annual main drug testing, biannual test valve testing. Proper acceptance tests required from January 1st, 1981. Must provide water flow for 30 minutes. Hose connections in wet systems are only adequate supply systems on sprinklers and standpipes. Automatic sprinkler systems 1910.159 continued. Piping must be protected against freezing and corrosion. System design must be totally drainable. 20 plus sprinklers must have a water flow alarm. Sprinkler spacing is maximum coverage no less than 18 inches to material. Identifiable by location, number, and basis of design. Fixed extinguishing systems 1910.160. Extinguishing systems installed outside of automatic sprinkler systems are covered by this OSHA standard. (1910.162) Gaseous agents may be in a liquid state. Design concentration during fire. Do not expose people to toxic levels of agents. Apply to total flooding systems. Dry ice is not an acceptable gaseous agent. Halon systems designed for 10 seconds and no more than 7% concentration need a pre-discharge alarm. Fire extinguishing systems, water spray, and foam 1910.163. OSHA standard 1910.163 complies with 1910.160, does not apply to automatic sprinkler systems. Employer responsibilities. Designed to be effective in protected areas. Drainage is directed away from work area. Egress. Egress is not through a draining area. Fire Detection Systems 1910.164. These type of detection systems include smoke detectors, flame sensors, and heat detectors. They need to have replacement units on hand, maintain in operable condition, tested and adjusted often, periodic cleaning of systems, protected locations, provide adequate response time, provide a warning for action and escape, no delays longer than 30 seconds, no number, location, and spacing by design. Employer Alarm Systems 1910.165 shall be distinctive to signal and evacuation. Employers with 10 or less employees, voice communication will suffice. Applies to particular OSHA standard. Does not apply to fixed extinguishing systems. Applies to local fire alarms used for alerting employers. Pre-discharge employee alarms shall meet this requirement. Shall provide adequate warning for emergency action or escape of employees from the workplace. Audible or visual alarms loud enough to be heard or seen by all employees. Continuation of 1910.165. Approves devices. Restored to operation after testing. Remain operable. Spare alarm devices shall be available. Tested every 2 months. Maintain power supplies to keep units operational. Circuitry installed after January 1, 1981. Supervisory capable must provide notification of deficiencies. Must be maintained, serviced, and tested by qualified personnel. Must remain unobstructed, conspicuous, and readily accessible.